Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and welcome to another episode of relationship advice, alright? Yeah, I feel like I want to record a few podcast episodes tonight, so that's why I'm like, let me go ahead and, see what I can talk about and things, or see what crazy stories. But no, actually, I wanted to talk on this real quick. Somebody had commented, responded to a comment that I made underneath the person's post, and I can't remember the story, but they was all they overall said the advice that I gave them was bad advice, and it's like, fam, okay, because if you look at how many people are on this subreddit, it's 6.9 million people. I would imagine that I want the best for the person. If they're in a tough relationship, I'm going to tell them. It's like, see if things can work out. If not, then ditch the spot. I always leave out that it's like multiple choice, because I feel like when you just go and just tell a person, no, ditch them, leave them, or no, stay with them, like you're only giving them one choice. It's like, fam, I try not to have that be the case, but no, let me see what it was real quick, because I was like, who are you to tell me that I gave out bad advice? But no, let me find it real quick. Go to notifications. Okay, so I think, what was it? Oh, it was the one where the boyfriend doesn't let the girl sleep. So I guess I said, so what I said was, what he needs to do is respect you. That is a sign he has no respect. If he did, he wouldn't treat you like this. You are not lazy. You know that. I don't even know you, and I know you aren't lazy, so don't listen to what he says, especially if he isn't with you all day, seeing the work you put in. Communicate with him, and if he still doesn't understand, give things a break with him, and if that doesn't change his mind, then it wasn't meant to be. How is that bad advice? I'm telling this random girl, whoever, communicate with your significant other. If communication don't work, then it's like, fam, then ditch the spot. That's like, and so the person goes on and says, this is terrible advice. He'll try to convince you things will change, try to convince you to move in so he can better control you. He's abusive. Drop him like a hot potato and block him. So it's like, why can you not have just said that on your own, just, hey, drop the guy? Like, why is it that you gotta put my advice down just so you can push out your advice? I'm like, that's why that whoever that person was, why did they show that? No, so at the end of the day, they didn't have no upvotes. Apparently, I was their only upvote, and I think Reddit does like an automatic upvote, so I'm like, yeah, I was literally your only upvote, and I took the upvote back, because I'm like, I'm not upvoting somebody that's gotta bring down my advice because you don't agree with this. Like, fam, get out of here. And it's like, I ain't hearing that. So, anyways, so let's see what this one is. There's stumbled upon a letter my boyfriend wrote to himself when we broke up, and it hurt me badly. All right, so yeah, let's see about this. So my current boyfriend and I were together for 2.5 years, then broke up for 3 months. I stumbled upon a piece of paper that he wrote the first week we broke up, and it was saying, I'll never get back with her. She has a good female part. I'm not going to repeat the word, though, so maybe occasional bang. Dang, that's crazy. Oh, he ain't got no respect for this girl. That's wild. It's like, you don't write things. First off, who writes a letter to themselves? And then who writes a letter like that to themselves? Now, this dude got issues. He got mental issues or something, but... And it also said she was immature and held me back, but I know she will want me back ASAP, but maybe one day we could just be friends, and I want to know how I feel about this now. What do I do? I'm in love with him, and we talked about getting back together, and we did, but that paper says so different, but it was from the first week we broke up, so there was a lot of negative feelings then and arguments. Yeah, but I just feel like that's I'm saying, people get into arguments and people, have, negative things to say. You don't write it down, and give it to yourself. This dude legit wrote a letter to himself, walked out to his mailbox, put it in there, waited 24 hours, ooh, a letter for myself, walked back in the house and was like, oh yeah, there's that. No, fam. I've never heard of nobody doing no stuff like that, but that, yeah, I feel like that's something where it's I mean, if see, because I'm like, I'm one. There's like a lot of things running through my mind on this one, because it's like one part of me wants to confront dude and be like, hey yo, why would you write a letter like this? Like even though, but then at the same time, it's like then there's people that's gonna be thinking like, oh well, it was like a while ago and things. So yeah, it's like that's a hard one. Dang. Yeah, it's stuff like that where it's like, if you, I mean, I guess like if you're distant, but it's like that's her significant other, so it's like you can't really be too distant from your significant other. I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like it's up in the air about that one. Like I guess like it's like, all right, you can either confront them about it or leave it. But if it really hurts you, then it's best to talk about it to him and communicate. Bro, I cannot spell the word communicate. What is going on? Communicate. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. I took like a mental screenshot, but I'm gonna remember that. But anyways, but yeah, because communication is key and stuff. All right, next one. That's an ad. All right, so let's see what this one is. The guy says, "Am I preying on this woman?" So like he's not like praying like a biblical praying, like a lion that just saw some like a hog out in the woods somewhere, and it's not woods but like the jungle or the desert, wherever they be recording that stuff on Animal Planet, but like. And it's like preying on it and stuff like, like it's like kind of like spying, stalking, stuff like that. But no, let's see what this guy has to say. So anyways, person goes on to says, hello everyone, would appreciate any insight on this matter. I, 28 male, have known a woman, 31-year-old female, who is a single mother online. We met in person, had sex a couple of times. We established that both of us loved the sex, but she didn't want a relationship for 2 reasons. She recently divorced from her abusive husband, to whom she married for 8 years. Secondly, she is a corporate lawyer and works a lot. I work in finance. My hours are garbage as well. She asked if it's possible just to remain friends but have sex regularly, which seemed reasonable enough. I feel like, I don't know, because like if she's not wanting to see other people, because I'm confused by that. It's like, I feel like what it is that she... Like, yeah, alright, so like the main thing, their sex life is like, that's the only thing that's going. But it's like, I feel like if she met somebody that she fell in love with and had that equal amount of sex life, then it's like, I feel like she's just kind of like weighing out her options, but she's still like, cause that just don't seem right to me. I don't know. I just, something just kind of seems a little off about that one. So, but anyways, then they go on to say, alright, it seems reasonable. I get that she's trying to focus on her daughter, 7-year-old daughter, and job. As I said, I work extreme hours as well. Again, sex with her is immaculate. Whenever we have sex, it's either in a hotel or my apartment, and the daughter spends time with her babysitter doing activity, training for music, karate, skiing, etc. It's been going on for a month. As I told a friend of mine, he told me I'm preying on her and taking advantage of her vulnerabilities. He was pretty aggressive with the wording, and it made me feel confused. Is he right? Any perspective appreciated? Well, I do think that... Alright, so here's the thing, because I'm like, there's 2 different things. She's either weighing out her options to see who she... Bro, why is this dude outside? Like, even in the last episode, it was like, dude was out there just, like, going crazy with his engine. It's like, fam, like, chill out. It's like, okay, we get it. You got a car. Like, literally everybody in the world does. But anyways, so, it's one of 2 things. She's weighing out her options to see, who she's really going to fall in love with. Or it's a friends with benefit thing. I'm like, and I think whoever his friend is, they don't know what friends with benefit is. They literally made a whole movie about it, starring Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake. But it's like, it's been going on for some time now. I think it is possible to like have a relationship like that with somebody, but at the end of the day, it's a relationship, fam. Like if she, because it's I see it as this: if she ain't seeing nobody it's fam. It's or if she ain't seeing anybody else, like fam, it's a relationship. Like yeah, you guys got, but I think she just don't want the drama that comes with the relationship. So, in all right, so in my opinion, I do think of what you got going on with this girl is a form of a relationship, especially if you guys aren't seeing other people, but it sounds like a friends with benefit, it's not how you spell benefit type thing. I would talk it over. Well, I mean, well, I don't know, cause I'm like I would talk it over with the girl just to see like, hey, do you think I'm like preying on you? And if not, cause I felt like did you tell your friend some stuff that we don't know about, and then that's why? Cause I feel like preying is like, I don't like what would be considered preying like on somebody and things, because that just doesn't sound like preying. I don't know what that sounds like, but it's like I like, even because it's like, I mean, it sounds like dude likes her. So if that's the but if like, I don't know, like I think the dude, all right, so here's what it sounds like. It sounds like the guy's like, he's open for a relationship with this woman, but at the same time, like, he ain't like really, but it don't sound like he's taking advantage of her. I mean, I'm saying like she's also, doing the same thing, like it's, consensual, like, so that's why I'm like, it's that one, I'm like, yeah, that's I'm gonna just leave it at that. The whole like, I ain't going right, because I was like, I would talk it over with her, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Leave a comment. All right, so that one, that sounds, it got like a non-suitable for work, so I ain't going full with that one. So there's like, should my partner be posting negative things about me on social? Ooh, this sounds like a crazy one, because I'm like, first off, no, your significant other, partner, whatever you want to call them, they should never post negative things about you unless it's like a joke, and then that's how you guys like joke around. But if not, and they just calling you all out your name on social media and they're still your partner, fam, no, that's a no can do. Like I said, communicate, the right way of spelling communicate, but no, talk with that person, and if nothing changed, and that end the whole thing off, all right? But anyways, so the person goes on to says, I've never been a big fan of conventional social media. However, I have a few burner accounts that I'll use for news or link viewing purposes. The other day, I went on to my girlfriend's TikTok and found a bunch of videos where she kind of seems to be roasting me. It also seems like every time we got into an argument, she would head to social media to spill all the details. I get that she's venting, but I don't know if I'm really comfortable with all those details being out there for the world to see. Is this normal? How should I confront her about? See, that's the thing though, because it's like, you want to like see things from this person's perspective, and it's like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like, what's going on to where she has to do that? Because if it's like, fam, if she's posting a video saying like, I don't know why he keeps talking to other girls when he's with me, if that's her video, it's like, fam, stop talking to other girls. But it's like, I'm trying to think, what could possibly, like, outside of, like, not being faithful to the relationship, like, what other things can you talk about the other person? Like, because it has to be something. And so that's why it's like, what could she possibly be talking on? But also, again, though, at the same time, like, no, I don't think it's something. I think, like, when y'all end things off, like, if things end off on bad terms, then it's like, hey, if she gonna post about me online, then she gonna post about me online. But I would like to think I'm not that type of person. Speaking for myself, like, I would never let a situation get to that point where it's like, we're going to be talking bad about each other online. And I guess if she was doing that to me, it's like, fam, if she wants to do that, do you know who I am? I am TMossBoss. I am a content creator. Literally, I have videos of people talking about me. So I'm used to it. But I guess, like, yeah, if you're not used to it, then it can be a newer situation for you. But Yeah, I personally, I would talk to her about it, and if nothing doesn't change, it's like, it's probably best to just leave that relationship, because I do think that social media can be a little bit toxic at times, and that's why I was like, yeah, if that's what it's heading to, where it's just like, it's just overall a toxic relationship, and then you adding social media in the mix, yeah, that's not a good relationship. That's not a good relationship at all. So, anyways, but yeah, that's up in the air for that person to do that and things. So so anyways, look, this next one says, ask my boyfriend to reply to a message from me and he started looking through my phone. Well, you kind of gave them that option to do that, so I mean, they're gonna do that. I already know, like, when I'm in a relationship, like, I already know the girl's most likely, especially if she's been in relationships where, like, guys have been secretive about their phones and stuff. I imagine, like, whoever my significant other is, she's gonna do that. And I'm like, fam, I have nothing to hide. I don't talk to nobody. I'm like, you're the only person that gave me a chance. Who else am I gonna talk to? So, like, yeah, it's things like that where it's like, I have nothing to hide. All you're gonna find is, like, me liking funny animal videos on TikTok, or some, like, weird scary-ish type video on TikTok. So I'm saying, it's like, you ain't gonna find a whole lot. So I'm like, yeah, maybe like some things from, like, a while ago, like, if I'm like, because I feel like if I'm in a relationship, I ain't gonna really be heavily involved with, like, liking, women's photos and stuff, like, unless it's like friends of mine and then they're talking on their accomplishments or whatever it is. If it's like a friend and my significant, yeah, she knows, like, my friends and stuff, then I'm like, all right, cool, chill. But at the end of the day, that's why I'm like, it's stuff like that. I feel like you gotta, like, talk to the person about it and stuff. So, because I'm like, if I'm just like, if I'm liking their photo, I don't mean nothing by that, all right? If I'm commenting, messaging them, hanging out with them, and I'm doing all these things behind your back, then that's when you have to worry. But I'm like, I will like a girl's, like, if it's like, I guess, like, if it's like a mad revealing photo, obviously I ain't gonna like that. But, like, if it's like a friend of mine's, like, hey, just got this job at Walmart or whatever, and I like it, and she's like, oh, you out here liking Walmart girls now? I'm like, fam, this is my friend. She just got a job. Do you want to read the caption? She hasn't had a job in a while. She just got a job that's why I'm liking that photo. I am liking their accomplishments. They ain't no different than when they're liking my accomplishments with content creating. So, like, it's things like that where it's like, if you're tripping off of stuff like that, it's like, fam, I don't know what kind of, like, relationship PTSD you got going on, but it's like, that's not healthy. It's like, you gotta loosen up a little bit. But let's see. I got ghosted by someone that I was seeing exclusively for months, and now he's back. Ooh, let's see what this is. So, anyways, so the person, she goes on to says, the dates together were magical. The sex was incredible. We saw each other 2 to 3 times a week. But he called it a turnoff that I couldn't stay overnight or travel overseas every weekend with him, and gradually started canceling dates and stopped texting me altogether. Fam, it's like, do you know what's going on in a person's like personal life, where it's like, if I got things to do on the weekend or whatever, like, yes, if we schedule these things, okay, that's fine, that's chill. But, like, every weekend traveling and going, I'm like, fam, what are we going down the street? I'm chilled with that. But if you talking about, oh, let's go to Canada this weekend, and then the weekend after that, let's go to the UK, and then the weekend after that, let's go to Japan. I'm like, fam, how about we go home and watch TV, and we just watch videos on Canada, UK, and Japan and stuff. But I'm saying, like, all that, I'm not a big time traveler. I mean, I'll travel with my family, but it's usually, like, planned out traveling. It ain't like every single, like, week or weekend, because I'm like, fam, I'm tired. I just want to be at home chilling in my bed and stuff. So yeah, it's things like that. That's not a turnoff. I'm like, fam, no, people got lives. They don't have time to be out here traveling and doing all these different, that's crazy. That's some wild stuff. And it's like, no, and I feel like probably the only reason why he came back into your life is because he probably felt bad for, like, oh, well, it's like, oh, now I understand that people can get busy and things. It's like, that's crazy. So anyways, then she goes on and says, that was incredibly tough because I was starting to develop feelings for him, but I took some time, got over it, and reminded myself that he was a bad partner. For sure he was. It's like, no, you're getting on a person and talking about it's a turnoff because I'm like, nah, that's crazy. So anyways, that, all right, so then she goes on and says that he wasn't there for me when I needed him to, couldn't plan his travel to accommodate my schedule, and didn't even have the respect to end things properly. Yeah, that's crazy. So, well, he came back last week, said that what he did was inexcusable, and that he was sorry and that he wanted a second chance. He'd make it up to me and proves it with actions, not words this time. He also dated 2 other girls and had a one-night stand while he was gone. Wow. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, no, this dude... See, here's the thing, because I feel like that if somebody does some stuff like that, the only reason why they're doing that is because they knew that you were a good, like, they had a good relationship with you. But they were, obviously, and I feel like that, yeah, and then based off of how you started off, where you was all like the sex was good and stuff, like, that's most likely why he's back. But it's like, other than that, it's like, fam, if you were to turn him down, like, at that moment, he'll just go and just start dating another girl. So that's why it's things like that where it's like, fam, you had a chance. If you wasn't gonna take that chance, fam, that's on you. But it's like, it's like, if you're gonna get mad at me because I moved on, I want to move on. I don't want to be stuck in something like this where it's like you're only coming back because, oh, now you feeling alone, now you feeling this way, now you feeling that way and stuff. It's like, fam, that's on you. You had a good thing going, but it's like you're gonna date 2 girls and then have a one night stand. It's like, fam, come on now. It's like, how you think a person is gonna look at that? Like, come on, that's crazy. So it's like, there ain't, because my thing is this, it's like, I know people probably think like with me or just with anybody, it'll be like material things. I feel like a girl would do that to me and she think like, oh, let me get him his all-time favorite pair of Jordans. It's like, fam, there ain't no shoes, there ain't no video games, there's nothing content creating related that if it's like, if I felt pain in my heart, it's like there's nothing that you can do to like have that like pain just go. It's like there's people that will do stuff like, I've had people do stuff like that to me, and it's like, you think because of that one thing, it's like, fam, I still feel pain in my heart. So like there is absolutely nothing that you can do action wise, especially if you've developed feelings for this person. Yeah, there's nothing that you can do action wise. It's like you're gonna have to do some creative stuff. I guess just speaking with me, I'm like, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna honestly take a lot, where it's like it got me like acting like a kid. I'm like, oh wow, that's some crazy stuff right there. You did this for me? I'm like, hey yo, this is wild. Like that's what them words are gonna have to come out of my mouth. But if not, it's like, oh, let me go and get him his favorite pair of shoes and stuff. It's like, fam, I have those. Like, I have those shoes. But it's like, even if it's a pair of shoes I don't have, it's like, thank you, I guess, but it's like, it's still, there's pain that's still there. So, anyways, yeah, that's some crazy stuff, though. So, anyways, and then she goes on and says, and somehow my head got confused. I cried for 3 days over how distressed I was. My anxiety was out of control. I didn't know what to do, so I agreed to spend time with him, if only to see if there was anything left. But he didn't reply to me for 5 hours, so I texted him that it was okay if he was having second thoughts, and he replied to me that this was clearly a bad sign, and I feel we speak a different language. My head is so messed. Okay. It's like, don't talk to this guy anymore. He is only trying to get back with you for his own gain. He doesn't care about you. What other things can I say? And no, because I gotta hit it with an and. What other things can I possibly say? Dang, man. And if he did, him dating 2 other girls and having a one night stand would have never happened. It's like, don't fall for this guy. You deserve better. I wish somebody would comment on my thing talking about, oh, that's bad advice. How is it bad advice? I'm like, somebody say some stuff like that underneath this post. I'm like, I will personally fly out to where you live and drop kick you. It's like, don't tell me that that's bad advice. All right, so anyways, yeah, stuff like that, man, that's crazy. I'm like, nah, it's like, I shouldn't be like happy that other people are dealing with things like this, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of, well, and then again, I'm like, I wouldn't necessarily say I've dealt with stuff like that. I have to say I've been in like somewhat of a situation like that, but yeah, it's just, it's crazy. It's like at the end of the day, you have that choice on whether you want to be with that person or not. But if not, then yeah, it's like you're not losing out on anything. So that person is losing out on stuff, but you're not losing out on nothing. So anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And then that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.